made a huge mistake.
This is pretty much the worst video ever made.
Napoleon, like anyone can even know that.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to Tom's Tinkering Adventures. Well, I've done it. I sold the Lexus IS300 Gambler 500 rally car. I really didn't need to. I was actually on a Gambler 500 post online. Someone was asking for a car, and I said I had my Lexus IS300. It was someone who had gone on a Gambler event with me, was very familiar with the car. He was super excited about it. Didn't even flinch about getting the car. I think he came down 200 miles or more to get it. And then he jumped in the car and he immediately drove it up to Oregon and did a Gambler event with it. He loves the car. And what's not to love? It's been a great car. Shortly after he drove it off, I just had this feeling like, what did I do? Why did I sell that car? But I don't know, part of me, part of my psyche is I love finding the next thing and working on it and making it mine. And after I have something for a while, I don't know, I just like to turn around and get onto the next thing. But anyway, the Gambler 500 thing, the Lexus, it really woke me up to a part of me that I like to do. And it was something that I hadn't really been into, and that was getting out and exploring on four wheels. As you can see behind me, you know, if you watch my channel, you know I'm a two-wheel guy mostly. But doing the four-wheel exploration off-road has been something I've been really enjoying, and the Gambler 500 got me into it. So I've had my mind on changing the vehicle up, getting a different vehicle. And I've been researching this for a long time and going through the different online apps and saving different vehicles and researching them and looking at some. But anyway, right outside of my garage is the vehicle that I have replaced. Well, I can never replace, but my next vehicle that will be filling in for the Lexus IS300. So would you like to take a look at it? I think you would. It's pretty cool, I think, and hopefully y'all like it. So let's go take a peek at it. All right, let's go out here in the front and take a peek at it. Oh, there's a couple of projects I'm kind of keeping them under wraps. You might know what that one is. We'll do those a little bit later. There it is. This is an all-wheel drive Chevy Astro van. This is a 2003 model. They made these things up until 2005. This is the best version of these, I guess, 03 to 05. They made a bunch of improvements on them. But the Lexus was a lot of fun. I had a blast with that thing, but I didn't like getting stuck, and I really wanted to do some more exploring. So having something that was four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive was pretty high on my list of things that I wanted. I also wanted something that I could camp inside of. So I was looking at SUVs, that sort of thing. But this is what I got. I was looking at all kinds of different ones, and this one has a bunch of modifications. So let's take a peek at it. Initially, you can probably see it's been lifted. It's got a 2-inch lift. It's got a body lift in the front, which is basically a subframe drop. And then in the back, it has S10 leaf springs. We have a full 180-degree awning on this side. There's also one on the other side. So we have two full awnings. They come out. Maybe I'll open that up and show you. I have a photo of this thing fully decked out. It has a pop-up rooftop tent deal on the top, which I could take it or leave it. That's I'm not overly excited about it, but it's a nice feature that it has. Got some pretty decent looking wheels on here. Aftermarket bumper, needs a little bit of corrosion control. Easy day. Painted front grille and stuff. I could take that or leave it as well. I'll probably just repaint it. There's the second awning. We have a Max Air ventilation fan. Got these cool Dutch door deals going on. Got a sleeping platform here in the back. Bunch of storage underneath. I already have been moving some of my stuff in here. I'm trying to figure out how I want to organize. My wife had these kind of like collapsible storage deals, so I just put some random stuff in there for now. I don't know if this is the way I'm going to go for organizing it, but they work pretty nice for right now. All right, so they put down plywood over the floor. I guess took the carpet and all the stuff out, put plywood down, then put this rubber sheet on here so it's all nice and flat. That's pretty cool. This seat is out of a Suburban. I think it's a third row seat. And it's been set back. Your original passenger seat would be way up here. So this has been set back right up to the back where this sleeping platform is. And you can fold this seat down flat, and then that mattress will flip over onto this, so then you have a sleeping area right there. This is the rooftop tent deal. The hatch basically cut up into the roof, and then you pop that thing up and you can climb up into it through the center. Like I said, I'm not super excited about it because it's kind of a pain to bring that thing down. This thing is I can't remember the name of the design. Badass rooftop tents or something. It's for a Land Rover, and you're supposed to pull it down manually from the sides. Well, you can't really get to it because of these awnings. So the previous owner has designed this whole rope deal, and he got pulleys and that sort of thing to get it down. And honestly, I haven't had this van very long, but it was set up when I went to look at it, and he showed me how to take it down, and I haven't put it up again since then. But it does need a little bit of refinement. The front of it catches air, and then that thing goes bap, 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 bap. Good sound effects. But it rattles against the roof, so right now I've got some fancy duct tape holding the front of it down, but I need to come up with a latch system or a wind deflector or something to prevent that from happening. And I'd really like to do something different other than this rope thing. I was thinking about maybe like a winch, not like a front winch, but like a little tiny hand crank system maybe, but we can figure that out later. It's got a small RV table right here. We have a 12-volt fridge sitting between the front seats. There is an entire Renogy onboard battery system. It needs a little bit of work. Stuff kind of got started but didn't get finished on this van. But this needs a little bit of touching up. But I have a 100 amp hour lithium ion battery. Back here's this fan. That has a remote control. The the passenger seat is on a swivel, so that swivels around. So when you're inside, you can have one person here, one person here. there's the seat folded down. Like I said, this is all on the same level basically. One of the things I didn't care for is that if you open up this mattress all the way, it hangs off the edge. So I'm going to come up with something for that. Maybe just a piece of plywood that sits over this with some small legs you can attach to it, so you can open this mattress all the way. Otherwise, it's just about long enough for me. I'm about 5'10", but we'll figure that out as we go. Another thing I was thinking of is maybe like a inflatable something I could put in here just to keep your feet from hanging off the edge. There's a little fold-out camp kitchen thing here. I don't know if that's something I'm going to use or not, but it came with the van. It's kind of neat. It's a little 2-burner setup. Overall, for a 23 or 22-year-old van, it's in pretty good condition. It's got some things that need a little attention, but that's fine. When they did the back section here, they took out these interior panels, and I could live with or without that. I think it would just be quieter and a little bit nicer with the panels in there. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this thing. 4.3 V6, automatic overdrive. It has like 170,000 miles, which is quite a few, but it's not terrible. Interior's in pretty decent shape for the age. Starting to show some wear, but everything works on it, which is nice. Nice air conditioning. It has rear air. Didn't work when I got it, but I got that going. Has a rear heater. The radio is kind of sitting in there. I got a radio mount for 40 bucks or something and got that in there. This is my temporary phone mount. There's not a lot of room to put a phone mount. I tried one on the windscreen, but wasn't happy with that. But electric windows all work. The electric mirrors work. Oh, I have a solution for that too. I'll show you. Yeah, I've had this thing a little bit over a week, and I've been excited to show it to y'all. Body is really straight except for this. That's unfortunate, but I'm not too concerned about body work. Let me show you my armrest solution. I whipped these up the other day. This is a piece of, I don't know, really thin board I had laying around up in my rafters. And I cut it out and I put some teak oil on it. And I'm thinking just put that on there with some double-sided tape. I don't know. Adds a little touch of class. We'll see. Maybe I'll have to sand that down a little bit or put a little bit of sealant or something on that. Maybe I'll put this down with some sealant. I don't know. But I think it looks better. That's a real arm scratcher. If you got your short sleeves on, you put your arm on there, it catches all that. So just having that there, I think it looks nice. And I had considered using something similar back here if I can't get the body panels for this back area. I mean, I understand why they didn't install them, or they took them out so that this thing could fit in here, but there's plenty of room for this mattress. So possibly, if I can find these panels and they're not too expensive, I don't know, maybe it does take up a big chunk of room. I don't know. You can see, maybe, I don't know. I think even if I got some that weren't in great condition and just brought them down to this level, it would look a little bit nicer inside, give it a little bit more completed look. I have a couple friends with vans and they don't seem to care about this kind of stuff, but I can't see it taking up a whole lot of interior volume. And like I said, maybe the van will be quieter. This thing rides really nice. I was expecting it to kind of ride rough and like crap, but since there's another way to raise the front end, and that's it has a torsion bar front end, so you can re-index the torsion bars, but it stiffens it up, and then it also changes the angle of the front drive shaft. This is got a center section with like CV axles. So if you do the torsion bars, and it changes up the angle on those CV axles, and it rides stiffer. But this thing rides really nice. My wife was kind of making fun of me for looking at vans, but once she saw this thing and drove it, she loves it. So that's over half of the battle. Oh yeah, back here I've got a solar panel. It's kind of a flexible, also Renogy flexible panel, and I could mount that up on top, keep it permanently mounted. I'm thinking about that. Of course, you have to drill some holes and seal everything and run it through the interior panels if you do that. But if I leave it like this, then anywhere I go, let's say we're camping under some trees, I can take that thing and move it. The cables to hook it up are right here. So there's quite a bit of extra cable. You can pop that window open, run the cables out there, and then you could position it wherever you want and catch the sun. Oh, there's a start of a diesel heater. Underneath this panel there is a tank, a little gas tank. And then over on this side, right there is an exhaust. And it is piped up under here, right there. So if I wanted to, I could add a diesel heater pretty easily. Bilstein shocks underneath there. Let's see, what else? There's a small oil leak in the front. I haven't tracked it down yet. I thought it was the front main seal, but I'm thinking it might be the oil pan at this point. I'll track that down, but the engine runs good. When I bought the van, the seller told me that it wasn't charging, the alternator was bad, and I drove a ways to get this thing, so I brought an alternator and tools up with me. And when I went to take the alternator off, one of the wires was disconnected. So I fixed that, saved myself a little chunk of money. The horn didn't work, I fixed that. I've been going around on this thing and doing a little bit of stuff to it already. Tell you what we'll do, I'm gonna set up the camera and I will open up one of these awnings so you can see how cool those are. And maybe I'll time lapse it because it's probably gonna take me a couple of minutes. And there you go. That's pretty nice, I think. There's lighting here, which there's a cord. You can plug it in there or here. It'll light up both of them. And that is hooked onto a 12-volt socket, which another thing I could possibly do is hardwire that in, but drilling more holes, I don't know. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just make a more convenient 12-volt socket because I got a couple of them. There's two of them right there. One of them on the dash, but I think that's all there is in this rig. So it'd be nice to maybe get some other ones and hook them into the house battery rather than the car battery. Okay, let's fire this thing up so you can hear it run. Mid-90s, late 90s dash. Everything works. Decent oil pressure, everything's working. Radio, rear AC. The AC ducting on the back is also removed. I don't know why. Well, maybe when they put that fan up there. I really wish I had all these parts. The reason they went with this Suburban seat, beside the fact that it folds flat, is also that it has built-in seat belts. Are built into the seat. So up there, that hole you see is where the shoulder belts went for the original Astro seats. So it's kind of nice, but then we have that hole. But I'm thinking if I make a panel there, that would be a great place to put some 12-volt sockets. So lots of ideas. But for now, I'm just enjoying the new vehicle, kind of making it mine, making some improvements. I'm gonna do a few changes, but mostly leave it as is. I paid a little bit more than I was expecting to, but having something that's kind of already set up, even though it's not 100% the way I would do it, it made sense to me. Like this fancy awnings, probably wouldn't have bought those myself. I probably would have bought a cheapo awning, and these things are really nice. Rooftop tent, like I said, I think I looked that thing up. It's like $3,500. There's no way I would have done that. And I don't even think I would have put a rooftop tent on here. But one of the things I thought about is if I get to a spot for several days, I could pop that thing up and there is a small area where you can stand up in the van. And that's nice to have. I mean, you got to change your pants sitting down all the time. It's not great. So you can at least have a small area you can stand up. But stick around. We're gonna be doing some more videos on this van, and hopefully I get to do some traveling with it. That's what I got it for. It's rated a fair amount for a vehicle of its age and size for towing, so I can either tow a little trailer with a motorcycle or two on it, or put the hitch hauler on it. I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know what's gonna happen on the back end. Is it gonna sag down? Am I gonna have to look for airbags or air shocks or overload springs? I don't know, but we'll see. But hopefully y'all enjoy it, and I'm enjoying it so far. Van life. All right, well, if you're enjoying my videos, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Tell me what your thoughts are on this thing. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. Thank you very much for watching. Get out there and find your adventure. Adios.